Hey guys, I got a brand new video for you today, and today we're looking at something a little different in the studio. I just shot a video that I posted the other day while I was in the studio, and I kind of wish I would have had this, but that was like a couple weeks ago when I shot that video. And I picked up a Policy Buff Octabox, a 4-foot Octabox with grid, and I don't have a Policy Buff strobe, but what I do have is a Photox Indra 500 TTL strobe. I got it super cheap off of Kijiji, which is basically Craigslist here in Canada, and I got a really good deal on it, and the thing's like mint condition. So I wanted to get an Octabox for it, but I wanted something that was like really simple to set up, so something I could take outside, shoot real easy, and then fold it back up. And Policy Buff to me has like the cheapest price for quality, and having an Octabox that just folds up. I don't really want an Octabox to have to build like a tent and you're like shoving rods everywhere, and I don't want to have to deal with that. I just want to be able to fold it out, set it up, good to go. This Octabox is really awesome for that. So I'm going to shut up now and get into the unboxing and show you how to set this thing up and my initial thoughts on the quality. But before I start, I need to talk about this mount. This is a Bowens mount, and it's not the same mount that comes with a Policy Buff strobe like an Alien Bee or Digi-Bee. So I bought an adapter that I'm going to use, and I'm going to show you guys how to switch that over. Maybe this video is only going to help you if you want to switch the mount over from a Policy Buff mount to a Bowens mount. Okay, so now it's out of the packaging. Basically, this thing just folds out. It's already pre-built, and it's really well made. If you actually look, it's got little mounting grommets everywhere. I think you actually probably could take this apart. I don't know if these are rivets or snap straps. They are straps, so you could take this completely apart and dismantle it. But this is a lot like the Westcott Rapid Box, which is super easy to unfold and just, you know, drop out. It's got Velcro on the insides here, and that's how you mount your diffusion panel and stuff like that. But literally, to put it together, you just push down on the center rod here, and it kind of just forms itself. Then you tighten down on this little nut here, and that's it. That's basically all there is to it. And flipping it over, it's got a really nice, tough finish to it, and it's actually vented in the back, so you can actually open this up. Just little flaps here. Doesn't fully pop open, just down about 2 inches. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace this mount. Take this off and put on a Bowens mount. Okay, so there's basically only 4 nuts that hold this mount on the back here, and basically just unscrew them. And there's 4 plastic washers or bushings or whatever you need to take off. And then the ring basically comes out and you put the Bowens one in. So just dropping in the Bowens adapter, it fits perfectly in there. Link in the description to the exact one, because it fits literally like it's made for it. You put the plastic washers back down. And then screw the nuts on. You're going to want to snug these down pretty good, but what I think these actually have is kind of like a slip in them by being plastic like that. And then you basically can position it because you kind of want it to show the Policy Buff logo on the side. So depending on where you have it mounted, where you want it perfectly centered with the strobe, where the strobe's straight on, and then the logo's on the side. So I'm gonna set this into the strobe now and show you what it looks like. Okay, now this thing is built, I'm gonna stick it on the strobe and show you how the new mount fits on perfectly right onto this. How the heck am I gonna do this? Now I need a way to show you guys. Kind of like this, I guess. So basically you just wanna line this notch up with the top notch on here, and having these vented ports kind of help get your hand in here to hold it. And the nice thing with the Bowens mount is that it actually does lock. So once you get it in there, you can turn it and it locks down. Basically just like that. Now I made sure to make sure that this lines up with the Buff logo here, and there's one on the other side. And you can just kind of loosen up the nuts and then rotate this around until you get it into position. And then you can tighten the nuts back down. Okay, so the first thing we're going to install is this center diffusion panel. It has little hooks on it around each corner. And then they just line up with the little elastic tabs inside here. So basically that's all you gotta do is line all these up and put them in. And that's why I really like this Octabox. It's super easy to put together. It reminds me a lot of the Westcott Rapid box. It's really easy to put together as well. They do make a big version of that, but I decided to get this one instead because it's cheaper. Okay, so the next thing I want to put in is the outer diffusion panel, and this is the main one you're probably going to use, and it's actually Velcro. And around the outside edge of the entire Octabox, there's Velcro. So what you want to do is make sure you lay it on the inside of the Velcro and not the outside, because you need room for the grid if you're going to put a grid on it. And I do have a grid, I'm going to show you that next. But basically, this is set up like an octagon, and you just line up your edges just like this, and just stick it in place. Velcro is probably one of the best inventions ever made, along with magnets and zippers. I feel like there should be more things made out of magnets. Like, I don't know, like Apple MagSafe. Oh wait, they stopped making that for a stupid USB plug. That's how we'll charge our laptops, not this awesome technology we invented. It'll be pretty tight because you want this not to be flexing around all over the place in the wind, if you're using it outdoors. All right, so the next thing is the grid. If you bought the grid, and I don't know how they made this, this would be pretty hard to make actually. Anyway, all the edges on this thing are Velcro as well, and you basically just stick that on the inner diameter of your softbox. Now I just need to figure out what side makes the octagon. So I'm gonna start with this and hope for the best. It looks like it's going in okay. I don't really know how perfect this has to be, but it's going on. Looks okay. Down here is a little weird. So for those of you that don't know what a grid basically allows the light to go kind of more direct and straight on. So it gives you kind of like more dynamic shadows and stuff like that, versus taking this off, you get like more of a spill of light and it kind of like fills the area more. Whereas this kind of directs the light where you want it to go. And if you actually had probably a bigger grid, it would probably be more dramatic. I use the Rogue flash grids on my speed lights, and they kind of do the exact same thing. They kind of direct and narrow in the light where you want it to go instead of it spilling out. And the sweet thing about having this versus a speed light is I don't have to try and move the speed light around and like try and get it in the right spot. This literally is so huge that anywhere I put it, it's going to do a really great job. Honestly, if you're shooting with these, you're probably going to get good shots almost every single time. And it's going to make my life a lot easier in the studio versus using speed lights. So this thing is extremely well made as far as I can tell. It's got like a really hard exterior. Looks like cast aluminum for the mount, and steel rods inside, stainless steel. The sweet thing is you don't have to take it apart. It's already literally just folds down, folds out, and that's what I wanted. That's the reason why I bought it. But yeah, it's really well made. And for the price, you can't really go wrong. I'll put a link in the description. Not a sponsored video, it's just, most of the times, none of these are sponsored videos. I just like posting the links to the things that I use because a lot of you guys ask where I get it. And the Indra 500, I will do a review on that later. I'm not gonna do it right now. Some of the main reasons why I got this is just because of the price, not because I really wanted it more than I wanted something from Impulse Buff. But this came with a carrying case, the battery, everything, and it's, you know, the interface is really easy to use on it. And yeah, so I'll talk about this later and do some photo shoots with it and show you guys the results. Anyway, guys, that's all really that's involved in putting this thing together. It's super easy, and then everything just kind of peels off the Velcro and then folds back down nice into the little carrying bag that it came with. That's dead simple. That's basically why I bought it. The price is pretty decent. Yeah, if you needed to switch the mount over, it's way easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought that when I bought that at Bowens adapter that I was going to have to drill holes out, but it just fits right in place, tightens down, and it's super easy to swap over. So if you need to do that, you basically can use this Octabox on probably any mount if it's that easy to switch over. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked this video, give it a thumbs down twice. And I'm going to do a test shot just of myself because why not? I might as well make my first shot of me with the new light. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.